We came to the Buckwheat Festival in Kingwood, West Virginia, because a viewer told us this was right up our alley, small town America. And they were right, but somewhere between the rides and the crowds, we started meeting the people holding this whole thing together. Volunteers, year after year, showing up without being asked, without being paid. We met Bill. He first came here in 1966, 60 years ago, and he hasn't missed a single year since. Then we met a legacy hometown helper. That is a third generation general chairman after his daddy and granddaddy. We went to a festival. We weren't expecting to find hometown helpers. But that's kind of how this seems to work. Welcome to Back Roads and Front Porches, where the stories of small town America come to life. The Buckwheat Festival draws thousands of people every fall. Most of them come to enjoy it. Bill comes to work it.
We've been involved in it since 1966.
Wow.
I'm not from here. I'm an import to the county, and they still say, "Oh, but you weren't born in Preston County." And I say, "But I've been here over 50-some years. Doesn't that count?" But I'm always a person that needed and wanted to get involved with something. I'm an only child, grew up in the coal mining community in southern West Virginia. My mom was real active in the community, and Dad to a point, but he was too busy working. And I just kind of, I guess, inheritance, whatever thing you want to say, you give back to where you live. Whatever your talents are, what you think you can do. And I just enjoy the quasi-theatricalness about it, and the floats and the parades. In fact, I'm in charge of the floats that the fire department owns, and I've been doing that since '66, and just something about it. So everyone's really important to their own community and their own context of what they're celebrating or what they're wanting to do. Over the years, the history, which the fire department sponsors, they started, that's where it was born, with the fire department. It's our major fundraiser every year. So counting everyone, that I would say at least 1,000 to 1,500 would be a reasonable, and probably in a ballpark estimate. I have two sons, and of course I've always been in the fire department, firefighter, and working for festivals. So the dichotomy and the split, when festival weekend's here, you got family, you got your own immediate family. Where do you go? Do you work the fire department all the time? Do you go with your kids and whatever? So this one festival, I don't remember how many years ago, but it was festival, and my sons were, probably the son I'm talking about was probably in late grade school, maybe early middle school, and I'd promised him we'd go on carnival rides together. Well, I'd worked all day. It was on Fireman's Day, which was a yesterday celebration, and I'd worked all day and hadn't eaten and stuff. So finally went to community building with the guys and had a buckwheat dinner, and so I said, "Garth, we're going to go ride next."
I think Evan said his father and his grandfather were the chairman of the festival. Do you see a lot of that through the generations?
Looking back over all the years I've been here, yes. The fathering generations, so to speak, have to do it in a way and present it in a way that it's important. That if you do this, here's what you'll get out of it. You may not get money, but you're going to get this intrinsically. You're going to hook to more people. You're going to, there's benefits that aren't monetary to the individual, but without the festival, there's a huge array of wonderful people I would have never met. If I'd never gotten involved, our paths were so different of where we worked, what we did, our ages, all that. I would have never met a whole bunch of the people that I really like. Well, like what Evan very kindly said of what I had, "Hey, you ought to talk to me." Right. Those kind of relationships are great, and I say I would have never ever had that with. That's the attitude and the approach to, it may not be the most efficient or the prettiest solution, but there's always a solution.
Bill could have kept talking for hours about volunteering with the fire department and the festival. And for 60 years, he kept showing up. No title, no paycheck, just Bill, and a loyalty to this place that's hard to put into words. But if Bill represents what keeps this festival alive year after year, Evan represents where it all comes from. He was last year's general chairman. But this isn't his first time being involved with the festival. It isn't even his family's first time as general chairman. His family defines legacy hometown helpers.
All done by the community and community members and volunteers. I am what's called an associate member. So
Okay.
we have firemen that fight fires. Believe me, you don't want me kicking down. If you're in trouble, I'm not the guy to show up. I'll put it that way. But I'm an accountant by trade, so
Oh, okay.
I picked up carnival as a pastime, which is we jokingly call it. So I'm with a group of right now, like the general chairman, he's a banker, and
Oh,
Harry,
okay.
who you were just talking to,
Yep.
he's actually a banker. So we kind of have a group we call the carnies. That's what we jokingly call ourselves. So we're semi-professional carnies.
Okay.
But no, we all donate our time
Just
here.
go-
So many decades of just everybody stepping in, doing the same thing. Well, I grew up here, so I grew up just actually just over the hill. I haven't missed a Buckwheat Festival my entire life. From an actual standpoint of getting involved, I've been on the finance committee of the fire department because obviously with my accounting background,
Right.
it's, I've been there for, well, last really, I'd say maybe 7-8 years at this point in time. And then really stepping in as assistant general chairman and then general chairman last year to then now I'm a festival coordinator here helping with just continue building upon the success that we've had since I was born.
So let me
In
ask
fact,
you-
actually, I'll tell you an interesting family note here. So my grandfather, general chairman of the Buckwheat Festival, my father, general chairman of the Buckwheat Festival, and I've been general chairman.
Really?
So we've had 3 generations of active participation in the Buckwheat Festival.
Wow.
That's kind of the legacies of had big shoes to fill. Really, this is actually the sort of homecoming to a lot of folks that have left the area maybe, but they always end up coming back for their family reunions to coincide with the Buckwheat Festival. Because we have class reunions, family reunions. It's just. And it's now pouring love because a lot of times those reunions end up being, well, we're going to go have buckwheat cakes and sausage, but we're also going to volunteer and come back and reconnect with everyone. It's wonderful to be able to also give back to the community that raised me. And so seeing all these busy, the streets packed for people watching the parades and everyone participating, it's just wonderful. Makes it all worthwhile and all the planning worth it and execution.
We came to Kingwood for a festival. We left thinking about the people that have been showing up for years, and in some cases, decades. Families leaving a legacy from generation to generation. Bill, Evan, and more than 1,000 other volunteers just like them, showing up not because they have to, but because they want to. Sunday it poured, and they didn't leave. That's not a job. That's not an obligation. That's what a hometown helper looks like. The Buckwheat Festival has been running since 1938, and it runs because of people like Bill and Evan, people who never asked for recognition. That's exactly who we're out here looking for. If these are the kinds of stories that matter to you, come along and join us as we explore the backroads, small town America, and hometown helpers near you. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.